What do you do when the answer you receive from God is not the answer you were praying for? Hezekiah was sick. Isaiah came to him with a message: set your house in order, for you shall die and not live. Imagine hearing that. No warning that makes you comfortable, no promise of tomorrow, just a word that says your time is almost finished. But Hezekiah did something powerful. He turned his face toward the wall and prayed. Sometimes prayer begins when everything else has failed. You can talk to people, make plans, or search for solutions, but eventually you find yourself alone with God. And that's where Hezekiah was. He didn't turn to the crowd. He didn't try to impress anybody. He turned his face toward the wall.
And he began to remind God of how he had walked before him. Then Hezekiah wept bitterly.
Don't miss that. The Bible doesn't hide his tears. Because faith doesn't mean you never cry. Faith doesn't mean you never become afraid. Sometimes faith looks like tears falling from your eyes while you are still choosing to call on God, trusting that your breakthrough is on the way. Then something extraordinary happens. Before Isaiah had even left the middle court, God gave him another word. Go back, tell Hezekiah, I have heard your prayer. I have seen your tears. Think about those words. I heard your prayer. I saw your tears. There are tears nobody else understands. Tears you cried when nobody was watching. Tears you wiped away before walking back into the room. Tears you never told anyone about, but heaven saw them. And God says, I have heard. God told Hezekiah that he would add 15 years to his life. The situation that looked finished was not finished. It was only the beginning of a brand new chapter. The sentence had been spoken, but God still had the final word. And somebody needs to hear this. Don't let a difficult report convince you that God has stopped writing your story. People may tell you what they see. Circumstances may tell you what seems possible. Fear may tell you it is over, but God sees beyond the moment you are standing in. Your situation may have a deadline, but God does not. And God did not only promise Hezekiah, he gave him a sign. The shadow on the steps of Ahaz moved backward. God was showing him something impossible. I am not limited by what you think cannot happen. Sometimes God answers immediately. Sometimes he takes you through a process. And sometimes the miracle isn't what you expected. But Isaiah 38 reminds us that prayer matters, your tears matter, your faith matters, and your relationship with God matters when the answer seems impossible. But there is another lesson hidden inside this chapter. Hezekiah eventually recovered, and he praised God for giving him life. He realized something many people do not understand until they face their own mortality. Life is not something to take for granted. Every morning you wake up is another opportunity. Another opportunity to forgive, another opportunity to obey, another opportunity to love, another opportunity to fulfill what God placed inside you. Don't wait until tomorrow to become who God called you to be. Tomorrow is a gift. So if you're praying right now and you're crying right now and you're wondering whether God still hears, and you remember Isaiah 38, invisible, your prayer is not unheard and your story is not over.